Greetings, fellow N7 operatives. If you're anything like me, upon firing up your new Mass Effect 2 2 years ago, you probably got mildly annoyed with the introduction of a new thermal clip ammo-based system, and by now possibly grew tired of it. Personally, I don't mind a change in gameplay mechanics if it's explained and integrated into the game's universe well. This is not one of those cases. Bioware says that with the new system, you'll be able to put more rounds down range because you do not have to pause and wait for your weapon to cool down. After such an explanation and presumably buying the copyrights to the concept of irony itself, they gave us a combat system where doing just that gets you killed within seconds. For a longer time, I thought that due to the lack of public software development kit, there wasn't really much I could do. Then I found out that by editing a coalesced ini file, I could enable a piece of code called Weapons Use Heat and tweak settings such as heat dissipation rate. This leads me to believe that they originally did actually plan on going with a hybrid system, but for some reason it was scrapped at some point during the development. Now, building upon that, I'd like to present to you my own hybrid combat system modification. I wanted to transplant as much as ME1 mechanics as possible, and I ended up with quite a few crucial changes to gameplay itself. The following battle will give you an overview of final results of the modification. Weapons now have a lot more shots before overheat or clip capacity, but you can carry fewer spare clips overall. In addition, you cannot manually reload a weapon, however now you can finally wait for your weapon to cool down on its own, simulated by regenerating ammo in a current clip, making more use of the time you actually spend ducking down behind cover and waiting for your power cooldown times. A lot of weapon-specific characteristics are also changed. Now weapons such as the Vindicator Battle Rifle, Shuriken SMG and DLC weapons like Maddock Heavy Rifle are fully automatic and per bullet trigger control. AI was also taught to use these new changed weapons effectively. For example, Maddock is now fully automatic rifle, squad members using it will fire it in full auto mode. Speaking of squad members, all squad member AI weapon damage multipliers are now changed into 1. That means your squaddies will now do the same damage as you do for given weaponry. Player loadouts were also changed. Soldiers, infiltrators and engineers can now carry all weapons. Adept and vanguards do not carry sniper rifles, and sentinels do not carry shotguns. You can also choose not to carry a weapon with you at all. I recommend not taking heavy weapons through hub worlds because honestly that looks a bit ridiculous. A great deal of the time developing the modification was also spent on finally balancing the settings, as not to ruin the gameplay experience but rather to enhance it. You are now not forced to carry a Maddock rifle simply because all other assault rifles are inferior. You can pretty much choose a weapon based on your personal preferences. Some weapons, like Incisor Sniper Rifle, were changed to accurately reflect their in-game description and actually be worth taking them on a mission. Phalanx Handgun, for example, was made more like its ME3 counterpart, firing faster but weaker damage per shot. Protection layers, such as shields and armor, will no longer protect enemies from being affected by biotic and other powers. That means you can throw, pull and shockwave your enemies as you actually expect being able to, but it doesn't mean you still need to ignore those shields and armor in order to take down the enemy. In short, my goal was to create a more tense, dynamic and flowing game combat experience, trying to get rid of subconscious block schematic-like routine of eliminate shields, armor and health with Overlord, Warp and Throw, but rather make a player feel more free about power and talent usage through the combat system, removing nonsensical limitations such as wearing a suit of armor instantly rendering an enemy completely immune to attacks based on manipulation of dark energy. I hope that this modification will add some replay value to your game again and make it more enjoyable this time around. Thanks for watching this video. Download link to mod files is in the description, installation instructions and full changelog is already packed inside. Good hunting!